6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan, the news read by Zahra Sikandar. First, the headlines. Prime Minister and President of Azerbaijan during a telephonic conversation have stressed for restoration of peace in the region. Economic Coordination Committee of Cabinet has approved over 9 billion rupees for various schemes. Pakistan and Turkey have decided to further strengthen bilateral cooperation in energy sector. Pakistan Armed Forces have so far killed 527 Afghan Taliban operatives during Operation Ghazab al-Haq. Kashmir's and its sides of line of control observed 59th death anniversary of Kashmiri Hurriyat leader Miwais Mohammad Yusuf Shah today. And Pakistan will take on Japan in semi-final of FIH World Cup hockey qualifier in Egypt this evening. Now the news in detail. Pakistan and Azerbaijan have stressed for de-escalation and restoration of peace in the region. This came during a telephonic conversation between Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and President of Azerbaijan Ilham Aliyev today. The Prime Minister condemned in the strongest terms the drone attacks on Nakhchivan enclave of Azerbaijan yesterday that targeted innocent civilians. He assured that Azerbaijani leadership that Pakistan stands in complete solidarity and support with the brotherly people of Azerbaijan at this difficult time. He apprised President Ilham Aliyev of Pakistan's diplomatic outreach efforts in the aftermath of the ongoing crisis in Iran and the Gulf region. President Ilham Aliyev thanked the Prime Minister for the telephone call and appreciated the sentiments of solidarity and support of the people of Pakistan at this challenging time. Prime Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif has directed provincial governments to take strict action against hoarders of petroleum products. He was chairing a high-level meeting regarding petroleum products in Islamabad. The Prime Minister said any petrol pump involved in this nefarious practice of creating artificial shortage should be immediately closed, and OGRA should cancel its license and initiate legal proceedings. Shehbaz Sharif directed the Minister for Petroleum to visit the provinces and, in coordination with the provincial governments, develop a plan for action for petroleum products conservation and ensuring their uninterrupted supply to the public. He also directed that a dashboard be created to monitor the movement of petroleum products, through which real-time data will be shared with the provinces, and the transportation of petroleum products will be closely supervised. A detailed briefing was given regarding the reserves of petroleum products in view of the changing regional situation. It was informed that adequate reserves of petroleum products are available in the country to meet country's requirements. The Economic Coordination Committee of the Cabinet has approved over 9 billion rupees for various schemes. The ECC, which met in Islamabad today with Finance Minister Mohammad Aurangzeb in the chair, approved 3 billion rupees for the provision of gas supply schemes in villages located within a 5-kilometer radius of gas production fields. Besides, the ECC allowed 3.63 billion rupees for reimbursement of expenditures incurred during Monsoon Response 2025 operations and overseas humanitarian assistance, and 1.3 billion rupees for implementation of Sustainable Development Goals Achievement Program schemes during the current fiscal year. Pakistan and Turkey have decided to further strengthen bilateral cooperation in the energy sector. This was decided in a virtual meeting between Minister for Energy Serdar Ahmet Khan Lagari and Turkey Minister for Energy Bakhtiar Aves. Ahmet Khan Lagari also briefed his Turkish counterpart on the comprehensive reforms being implemented in Pakistan's power sector aimed at enhancing operational efficiency, strengthening institutional governance, and improving service delivery. He said that Pakistan is actively pursuing the privatization of power distribution companies as part of a broader strategy to ensure long-term sustainability and efficiency within the sector. Turkey's minister said Turkish investors are closely following developments in Pakistan's power sector and have shown considerable interest in the privatization process. 527 Afghan Taliban operatives have so far been killed and over 755 injured during the ongoing Operation Ghazab Lil Haq. According to latest updates shared by the Minister for Information and Broadcasting, Adal Attar, on his X handle, 237 checkposts have been destroyed, while 38 others were captured and destroyed by the security forces. More than 200 tanks, armored vehicles, and artillery guns have also been destroyed during the operation. 62 locations across Afghanistan were effectively targeted by air. Now, Pakistan and Egypt have decided to enhance economic engagement, strengthen institutional linkages, and promote greater interaction between the business communities. This was decided in a meeting between Coordinator to the Prime Minister on Commerce, Rana Ehsan Afzal Khan, and Ambassador of Egypt to Pakistan, Dr. Ihab Mohammed Abdul Hamid Hassan, in Islamabad today. During the meeting, the two dignitaries exchanged views on the overall state of Pakistan-Egypt relations and highlighted the importance of continued dialogue to further deepen cooperation. This is Radio Pakistan. Kashmir's on both sides of line of control observed the 59th death anniversary of former president of Azerbaijan Kashmir and prominent Kashmir Hurriyat leader Mirwais Muhammad Yusuf Shah today. The main function of the anniversary was held in Muzaffarabad at his shrine, where AJK government spokesperson and other political and Hurriyat leaders laid floral wreaths and offered Fatiha. Special prayers were also offered for prosperity and integrity of the country, early liberation of the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, and martyred Kashmiris and armed forces personnel. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Indian authorities continued curfew-like restrictions in Srinagar and other districts of the sixth consecutive day to prevent protests against the U.S. Israeli aggression and fascist policies of Modi regime. According to Kashmir Media Service, the All Parties Hurriyat Conference had called for peaceful demonstrations after Friday prayers against the U.S. Israeli aggression and the restrictions imposed by the Modi government in the occupied territory. However, the administration deployed Indian forces in large numbers across Srinagar, Baramulla, Bandipora, Budgam, Pulwama, and other districts of the Kashmir Valley to thwart protest. Major roads and intersections were sealed with barbed wire and barricades, while internet services were also suspended in the valley. Senior APHC leader Mirwais Umar Farooq was also placed under house arrest, while the historic Jamia Masjid in Srinagar was sealed, preventing the congregation of Friday prayers. Despite the restrictions, people in Budgam, Bandipora, Baramulla, and several other areas took to the streets after Friday prayers and staged strong protests. The United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, Volker Turk, has urged the United States to conduct its announced investigation swiftly into the attack on an Iranian girls' school that martyred 175 people. Talking to media in Geneva, he stressed the need for accountability and redress for the victims. Meanwhile, U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has said United States investigating the attack in Minab. In Lebanon, 5 people have been martyred and 7 injured in fresh Israeli attacks on the southern city of Sidon. The martyrdom toll from Israeli attacks on Lebanon this week has risen to 123, with thousands displaced. Meanwhile, Lebanon's Prime Minister has appealed for international assistance, saying Lebanon is facing a dangerous moment and the situation is grave with a humanitarian disaster looming. Pakistan will take on Japan in semi-final of FIH World Cup hockey qualifier in Egypt today. The match will start at 6:30 in the evening. And finally, the weather. Mainly dry weather is expected in most parts of the country, while cold and partly cloudy in hilly areas during next 12 hours. However, light rain, thunderstorm with light snow over high mountains may occur at isolated places in North Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Gilgit-Baltistan, and Kashmir. Day temperatures are likely to remain above normal in plain areas. And this brings us to the end of the bulletin for the moment. For more news and analyses, visit our website radio.gv.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.